This is something extremely important. In fact, this news broke like few minutes ago, where this lawyer is saying that Nnamdi Kanu'S trial cannot proceed, cannot continue. Nnamdi Kanu'S trial cannot continue, though that people expect that on 20th of November, Nnamdi Kanu will be in court and all the rest, but it is being said that this trial cannot proceed. Kanu's trial cannot proceed without jurisdiction ruling. Defense warns. The defense team of Nnamdi Kanu is pointing to this fact again, that there is no way trial of Nnamdi Kanu will continue without jurisdictional ruling. Let's proceed. A lawyer representing the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, has warned that the ongoing trial at the Federal High Court cannot lawfully continue until two pending motions challenging the court jurisdiction are heard and determined. Pay attention. A lawyer representing the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, has warned that the ongoing trial at the Federal High Court cannot, under the law, lawfully continue until two pending motions challenging the court jurisdiction are heard and determined. Speaking in a public legal alert issue on Monday, counsel to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Christopher Chidera Esquire, accused the trial judge of refusing, that is Justice James Tuamotosho, of refusing to hear motion that to go the foundation of the case. Omotosho is refusing to hear motions that is even at the foundation of a case, because you have to determine jurisdiction. That you as a lawyer, you have the jurisdiction first and foremost to even entertain a case before you start entertaining a case. According to him, the motion include a motion to arrest judgment filed on November 10 and a consolidated preliminary objection filed on November 11, the next day, challenging the legality of the charge. Kanu's alleged extraordinary rendition, which many people call a kidnap, right? Violation of fair hearing and prosecution under laws that no longer exist. These are cases that cannot be ignored. These are cases that really cannot be ignored when you're talking about Nnamdi Kanu's case. You cannot ignore the jurisdictional, determining jurisdiction. You cannot ignore these cases that are filed before the courts of competent jurisdiction. So entertain that matter first before you proceed to sentence Kanu. Pay attention. This Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer said, the prosecution led by Chief Adeboyaga Amul SAN has not filed any response to the motions despite being served. This Adeboyaga, representing Nigeria, Tinubu's government, against Nnamdi Kanu, against Biafrans, has not responded to these things. Yet, Omotosho is not talking. Some people believe that Omotosho is on the side of Tinubu's government, that he has been bought over. Some people don't also believe it. What do you think? Remember to come under the comment of this video and type, Biafra must never die. Biafra will never die. Then type, Tinubu, do the right thing, release Nnamdi Kanu now. Tinubu, don't be a coward. Release Nnamdi Kanu now. There is no counter affidavit, no written address, and no attempt to defend the legality of their own charge. This Chidera Esquire said, this is not negligence. This is a calculated gamble that the court will ignore the law, ignore the motions, and deliver a conviction under a statute that was repealed 3 years ago. He's saying that what is going on in Nnamdi Kanu's case is not negligence, is a calculated gamble. That what is happening in Nigeria, they are neglecting their own law, they are not obeying their own court ruling. It is a calculated gamble that the court will ignore the law. How can you ignore your own constitution? How can you ignore your own law? Ignore the motions and deliver a conviction under a statute repealed 3 years ago. This defense, this Barrister Chidera Esquire, insisted that the law is settled. Once jurisdiction is challenged, A court must stop and resolve it before taking any further step. This is what constitutionally, according to this lawyer, should be determined first of all before November 20. Omotosho is supposed to determine this jurisdiction. Don't ignore it. Don't ignore it. Kanu and his team has brought it up. Do not ignore it. Rule on it first before you now sentence. For 63 years, the Supreme Court of Nigeria has spoken with one voice. Children are noted. Pay attention. He argued that when jurisdiction is challenged, the court must stop and determine it immediately. Nothing else can proceed. You see where this case has to stop. You have to stop everything immediately. Determine the case of jurisdiction which Omotosho has been dodging. He cited several Supreme Court authorities, including Madu Kolo vs. Kemdulum 1962, which established that any proceeding conducted without jurisdiction is a nullity ab initio, and AG Lagos State vs. Dasumu 1989, where the apex court said that a judge is bound to down tools once jurisdiction is questioned. Omotosho is supposed to halt, supposed to stop until this jurisdiction is handled. This is what the Supreme Court has always stated. This is the standing of the Supreme Court. But why they are neglecting this in Omotosho's own case is something different. The position is not discretionary, he said, adding that there is no such thing in Nigerian law as wait until final address. The lawyer warned that if the court proceeds to deliver judgment on November 20 without first, this is what must be done first and foremost. You have to first and foremost, you cannot deliver judgment on November 20 without first hearing and ruling on the motions. The verdict will be a certified constitutional nullity and will be struck out by the Court of Appeal. Okay, now follow me. Please come under the comment and say, Tinubu, listen Nnamdi Kanu now. Nnamdi Kanu must be freed now. He further noted that such an action would expose the trial judge to possible disciplinary measures. He further noted that such an action would expose the trial judge to possible disciplinary measures. That is, could expose Omotosho for denying a fair hearing and pronouncing judgment over silence. This moment is historic. He said, Justice Omotosho, please somebody come under the comment of this video and type, Omotosho, don't allow yourself to be used. Do the right thing, release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now. Omotosho, don't allow yourself to be used. They will use you and dump you. Release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now. This moment is historic, he said. Justice Omotosho will either obey the Constitution or write his name permanently into the hall of judicial infamy as the judge who convicted a man under a repeal status while refusing to hear him. Let's move on. This lawyer called on the National Judicial Council, the Nigerian Bar Association, and the international community to take notice, warning that the implications go beyond Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case. That is why everybody must keep sharing this video, keep praying for Nnamdi Kanu. Everybody must be active on this matter because today Nnamdi Kanu is the one suffering this. Who knows who else will suffer it next time? Whether it will be Igbo or Yoruba or Hausa. That is why if you see the truth, stand on the truth. Everybody stand on the truth. Whether you are watching this outside Nigeria, in Kenya or UK, in Canada, any part of the world you are watching this, stand for the truth. No Nigerian is safe if a court can ignore jurisdiction, ignore repealed laws, ignore binding appellate decision, and ignore the defendant simply because the case is politically sensitive. Let's take it again. No Nigerian is safe if a court can ignore jurisdiction, 1, ignore repealed laws, 2, ignore binding appellate decisions, 3, and ignore the defendant simply because the case is politically sensitive. The defense maintained that it has complied with all legal procedures and now awaits the judge's decision on whether he will entertain the motions before ruling. The world is watching. This is what Chidera is saying. Chidera 1, declaring that we have exhausted every legal avenue. The law is clear The Constitution is clear. There is no lawful way forward except to determine jurisdiction first. This is what Omotosho must do. Like this video, click on join to become a full member of our channel. Share this video, very important if you have not shared it. And most importantly, there's another important video from our channel on the screen. Click on it and watch now.